Yeah, so some of you may, it's an energy of being vulnerable. Some of you were vulnerable to somebody and they took advantage, but I feel some of you breaking free. See, there's a situation that didn't serve, but you're cutting the cord. You're going to let this go because you deserve better, okay? That's when you start to heal, when you know you deserve better and you're able to cut the cord. Very nice. Yeah. Release that things that no longer serve. Yeah, so intuition and downloads, when the signs and the signals caution you, okay? That's, like I say, this is likely you're going to get a little bit of a reminder here and there, but like I say, trusting your intuition. There is an inner child healing. Some of you may have dealt with somebody who doesn't love themselves first, okay? And that's often an energy where you have to cut the cord because it's also another person who needs to heal. So whatever that may be, yeah, some of you just feel like giving up, okay? But it's saying to surrender to the divine, okay? Cut the cord, and because this is a person who often needs to do that. And that's what happens. You get people who come in, they haven't healed from past childhood hurts or past situations. And then they inflict that onto another person. So some of you have definitely felt like giving up. Feeling like love's out of reach. You're never going to get what you want. It's not necessarily true. Yeah, so there is an energy of forgiveness and understanding. Okay, so some of you, it's an energy of not only forgiving yourself for not paying attention to the signs and the signals is often what happens, where you get that warning where you know something is off, but you do it anyway. But this is also forgiving somebody, healing, and letting it go, and forgiving yourself. So this is someone who also needs to forgive themselves. We always have to remember that when people do, bad things to you, it's because they haven't healed. They are still holding on to things from past relationships, childhood, whatever it may be. So it's forgive yourself, surrender to that, cut the cord, and move on. Yeah, nice. Yeah, see, this is someone here who probably doesn't want let you go, but now you know you need to protect yourself. You have to look out for yourself, okay? Someone maybe has been very selfish, stubborn. They don't want to budge and give in. They don't want to cooperate or compromise. So it's about you protecting yourself. Yeah, cycle ending. This is where things will start to go in your favor too, but it's learning to recognize when something won't go in your favor. So I feel like what you have is someone who just wants things their way, everything their way. And this is when, once you start, that's the first thing too. People show you who they are. As soon as somebody refuses to cooperate or compromise, they're stubborn, you see that they're selfish, that's when you need to push that stop button and get off that roller coaster, especially if it's something that's been on and off. Like, man, yeah, I mean, people show you who they are. So I feel some of you could have someone who doesn't want to let you go, but yet they don't want to give in. Yeah, so it's all about yourself, not repeating mistakes of the past. It's about breaking free from the chains that hold you back. So there's somebody here who doesn't want to let you go, or you're having a hard time cutting the cord. Take it how it resonates. But if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, all that happens is you end up with more hurt. And then you move on to someone else and you hurt that person. So it's a roller coaster. It's a cycle. So it's an energy of, if you want things to go in your favor, you want love in your life, you have to cut the cord from this person. They have to go sort themselves out. Someone's holding on to some baggage, stuff from childhood too, I feel. Yeah, or just a past relationship. Yeah, some of you do have other opportunities for a fresh new start. I do see things going in your favor. It's about you protecting you. There's only one you. You have to look out for you, okay? You can't keep letting somebody come back in and do the same thing. So if you are not paying attention to the signs and the signals, and you don't, refuse to budge or give in to this person, the same thing will keep happening. It's an emotional roller coaster. You have to push the stop button. And that's when things start to go in your favor, which I see. Some of you, it will. You will have other options, opportunities. Beautiful. Yeah, see, it's all about someone not being generous. If you have a person who really wants love and they really want to be with you, they will cooperate and compromise. Not only that, they'll build you up and make you feel good about yourself. This is someone who just doesn't want to budge or give in. Like I say, But it does look like some of you got someone who's not, you're either holding on and can't stop thinking about them, or vice versa. Maybe even both of you. Yeah. See, on and off the roller coaster. Yeah. See, what you want is stability. You want someone who is generous with their time and energy. You want someone who reciprocates. In other words, if you reach out to them, they should be responding, not keeping you waiting. See, somebody here, to me, that's always often a person who plays games because they want everything their way, and often the highway. They'll stop talking to you hoping you'll give in. Don't give in, okay? And they may even drop you little hints. Okay, so it's saying to break free from the chains that are holding you back. Some of you have a person who's like this because they keep doing the same thing over. And they're keeping themselves stuck. But don't let someone keep you stuck. They have to, it's the person who's got to heal themselves. You know, you can forgive them, but you have to, at some point, move on from the situation. See, it's an energy of change. Moving on. See, this is where you stop giving, you stop reaching out, you cut the cord. That's what it's all about. That's how you let go of someone like that. You just stop responding. You stop reaching out. You stop giving. Don't feed their ego either, because they'll just do the same thing until they stop and heal. Yeah, see, there it is. See, it's when it doesn't feel comfortable, when it doesn't feel safe, protecting yourself. See, it's about your own safety, security, your own well-being. So it's an energy of changing your focus. Focus on yourself, your house, your home, whatever you have to do to stop giving to this person. Ground yourself and look at the situation. See, it's time for change. See, some of you, this will change you forever too. If you keep doing it with this person on and off, but it's time for change. I can see it. It's time to stop giving, feeding their ego. Focus on yourself, your own life, see, your own world. So I do see some of you actually are moving on. You've changed your focus. You're much more grounded. But it is a situation that often changes you forever. So now what happens is now the tables get turned. The longer you're on and off, this roller coaster, you see, that what it's trying to show is the hurt that you may take with you. So you have to cut the cord. You have to let it go. You have to release it. You have to just look at the truth. The situation didn't serve. It's something that wasn't meant to be. Okay? But I do feel that you will have someone who is more compatible. Okay? But something this will have changed you forever. But and it is changed for the better, because you're going to move towards somebody who is more reliable, somebody who's more generous, kind, compassionate, willing to cooperate and compromise. See, that's the surrender. Yeah. See, I feel, like I say, do not give in to this person. Do not give in. See, it's because they're not stable. They're not reliable. This is someone has not let go of their baggage. See, some of you are releasing this. This is wonderful. See, you will get over this. I mean, you will move on, but it will change you forever. In some ways for the better, because one thing is the forgiveness, forgiving yourself, but forgiving this person and just not focusing on them. Yeah, focusing on yourself, your money, becoming more stable. Yeah. See, you're going to come out of this wiser. See, cutting the cord, you're going to see truth. Yeah, you can't rely on them. You deserve better. With that, you know your worth. You're learning that too. You deserve better. You deserve someone you can count on. So it's when you know someone's not reliable. But I do feel some of you will have this person who's going to try again. They're going to reach out hoping that you're going to reciprocate. Don't be afraid to speak your mind and cut them off, okay? When you cut them off, you cut them off. That's it. You cut them right off. No more talk, no more nothing. Yeah, so there you are. See, while you're waiting, I actually feel some of you are kind of building yourself up, getting ready for this, the sword. But this is where you see truth. You're learning a lot of lessons. See, it's time to look elsewhere. Yeah, but while you're waiting, as I feel some of you are kind of waiting for this person, I'm going to tell you, I mean, there's a lot of lessons being learned. Let's have a look at where this is going to go. Yeah, some of you, I feel, everyone's a little different. Some of you are still kind of waiting for this person, but you're learning something as you're grounding yourself. You're looking at the situation. So, yeah, say, cut them right off. Cut the cord. No more talk, no more nothing. Nothing to see here. Yeah, see, you're now looking out for yourself. You're taking care of yourself. There's only one you. You have to take care of you. This is someone who needs to go take care of their own self. And I do feel some of you will have other options, other opportunities. Yeah, see, it's about harmony. This is when you have that knowledge, the wisdom here, where you know this is someone who doesn't treat you right. There's a lack of harmony and balance between you. So this is when you have that moment when you know they're just not right. They're not right for you too. A lot of you will realize they're just not right for you. It doesn't mean it's somebody who did something really horrible, but anytime somebody refuses to cooperate or compromise and they want things their way, or you find they're selfish, there can never be harmony until that's healed. Okay, so regardless of the situation, but it's about harmony. So you're better off by yourself until the right person comes in. So some of you are waiting for the right one. Yeah, someone who's emotionally mature and available. They share their feelings, emotions. They're not afraid of, being emotional, being vulnerable. And that's another thing. Some of you may have someone who, often this is a person who's been taken advantage of before, so they're afraid to be vulnerable again. So it's always that need for discussion. But like I say, if somebody comes back around and does the same thing, it's time for you to move on, because it's an energy of recognizing someone may never change. What you want is someone who's literally wants love, where they're willing to cooperate and compromise. Let's see if you're going to get that. Yeah, see, it's an energy of differentiating. See, once you experience a King of Cups, someone who's emotionally mature, they're willing to share and they're willing to be generous because they want to come in right. They want to do right by you. They want to come together. They're willing to commit. If you have someone who's non-committal, they're either protecting their money, which means what would happen if something happened to you? Would this person look out for you? More than likely not. So there it is. See, somebody healing childhood wounds, but you see this reminiscing energy? Yeah. See, this is somebody here who's holding on to issues from the past childhood or even just a past relationship. So it's possible it's somebody who longs for love, but like I say, until they let go of that, till they heal, this person isn't going to make a good partner. Tell me about this Eight of Swords. Someone who keeps doing the same thing, so watch it. Yeah, watch out for manipulation. See, watch out for someone who manipulates, I miss you, and then they do the same thing. So the whole idea is for yourself to realize you have everything you need to manifest your desires. You want love, then you have to, do all the right things. You need to know when to cut the cord. Some of you have done that, I do, and you're already focused on the future. You no longer see yourself with this person. Some of you have a King of Cups coming in. You will have love, you will, but definitely always look out for yourself first and foremost. Everybody should when you first meet someone. You have to, and we also have to understand when somebody does that, especially if they've been taken advantage of, okay? But like I say, until somebody heals that and breaks free from the past, the things that hold them back, they're not ready to come in. So that's, I feel, what it's trying to tell you. And it's when the first time you see that energy of stubborn, stuck, refusing to give in, refusing to cooperate, hey, they don't want to pay for anything, they don't want to do anything with you, that, because it's an energy of someone who doesn't want to even do anything. They don't want to give you a lot of time or energy. Soon as that happens, anybody who wants love is going to put in effort, and they're going to be willing to cooperate and compromise. They're going to do nice things and show you they like you, give you little gifts, all kinds of things like that, right? So that's what's coming towards you. Yeah, see, some of you have been there, done that. You're moving on. I do see opportunities. I do see an energy of some of you moving on pretty quickly here too. Like I say, while you're waiting for someone else here, some of you are waiting for this person, somebody else may come in. So while you're waiting, at least do heal, at least learn to see truth within yourself and be honest with yourself, whether someone's actually right for you. And some of you are going to go through that. They're not even really right for me. A lot of times I think people go through that because they don't like rejection. So it's an energy of just sort of releasing it. It doesn't serve, okay? To even think that way. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. What matters is you looking out for you. Yeah, so there it is. Yeah, opportunity. I wouldn't be surprised if you have someone who tries to come back around. Okay, so really watch out if someone's manipulating or if they're honest. Don't be afraid to be discerning, but do watch your words. You want to be, like I say, kindness, compassion. Just say, look, I forgive you, but you're not right for me. I've moved on, and that's it. Then you stop talking, you don't give. It's always good to have that forgiving energy, because that's how you keep from holding on to baggage. Okay, when you get angry and fight and rant and rave at someone, often it just weighs heavy on you. So you kind of carry that into the next relationship. That's why I always feel it's best to just, it depends what it is. Sometimes it's just best to cut someone off and just cut your losses, right? But and you're not losing anything, to be honest. You're not really losing anything. So in fact, the best thing is just to let go of baggage. Just, you know what, I forgive you, whatever, if it's something, you're just not my type, plain and simple, and just make yourself very clear, straight up clear communication. Yeah. Like I say, it all depends on your situation. Some things are forgivable, but you may, after waiting for this person, if they come back in, realize they're actually not right for you. And that's what I kind of see what's happening. Happens to a lot of people. Yeah. Some of you have felt like giving up. You just feel like giving up, but it's saying to look at the past, okay? So it's about putting behind you. Don't let the past affect your future, okay? Because I do see this person coming in. Somebody here is going to want another opportunity. I can see it. But you have to understand manipulation. I miss you, the love bombing. You really got to watch that energy. Just really, really be wise and discerning. Don't be afraid to ask questions. It's just do it in a very calm way, like the Queen of Wands, being very gracious. I feel some of you are just already looking into the future. Some of you are already have healed and gotten over, or you're almost there. Or when you're almost there, this person comes in. So that's where you need to probably just keep going. Yeah, see, protect yourself. Don't budge or give in to this person, because it's somebody who's going to come back around and probably do the same thing. Unless this person, when somebody love bombs you, someone who's never told you how they felt before, and all of a sudden they love bomb you, you have to be, a little cautious about that. It's all about protecting yourself. Yeah, it's not budging or giving in here. But I do feel some of you have somebody new, because there's 2 cups here. So, yeah, somebody who's stable. See, a partner, someone who actually wants a partner, someone who will commit. So, but just be careful about manipulation. I really feel like some of you have someone who's going to come in suddenly out of the blue, just about when you're over them, you're ready to give up. They don't want to give up, and they're coming in. Okay, so now do be cautious of anyone who's just getting over someone. Some of you may have a person coming in who's just gotten over a situation. They're not quite over it. So just, like I say, maybe just keep it as friends. Just be very cautious, okay? Because you don't want somebody who comes in on a rebound, because often that's what happens when somebody rushes to start something new before they're completely over something. So, yeah. Some of you definitely, like I say, it's the 4 of Wands is here. So that's why I feel whoever it is that's coming in, I do see somebody comes in right. I do see somebody trying to make something right. Somebody who wasn't fair, maybe judged you, or they just weren't fair to you. So it's possible somebody here may have wasn't quite over something, and it is possible for forgiveness. But like I say, I always advise caution with that kind of energy. Yeah, but I do see a King of Pentacles, someone stable. Tell me about the person with the 4 of Wands here, or 4 of Pentacles, pardon me. Yeah, see, it's all about baggage. See, baggage, releasing baggage, somebody who's finally over. So make sure the person who comes towards you, just like I say, keep them at bay just a little bit. Just speak your truth, especially if you've just put something behind. It's about putting something behind, leaving the past behind. Somebody here want a do-over kind of energy. But some of you actually have somebody who has released their baggage. They've healed. It's an energy of, we always teach people how we want to be treated, and that's what I feel it is, putting up some kind of boundaries. It's an energy of someone being responsible and reliable, because it looks like some of you definitely may have a type here too, where you've had this happen a couple times. That type that doesn't want the responsibility of a relationship, or they never take accountability, and you can't rely on them. So really watch that. But to me, it looks like you got someone who's over something. Yeah, someone who's leaving the past in the past. So you've got a couple people here. Now, both are offering you this cup. But one of them, I feel, it's possible some of you may have had someone who is coming back around that wasn't over something. They're now over it. So you're going to have to be very wise here. I feel some of you, you've been hurt. Some of you a few times. Like, you're just all that wiser too. But it's an energy of you want someone you can feel comfortable with, you can safe with. You may not feel safe with someone, so you need to trust how you feel. Okay? Yeah. So who is this King of Rods energy? Yeah. Somebody who's kind of confused, been procrastinating. It's an energy of someone who's kind of romanticizing the past, fantasizing, but it's also someone who may have options. You're going to have to decipher that, okay? But I often see this as someone who procrastinates, and there's choices maybe they've made in the past. But like I say, making sure somebody, if they have options, they need to let them go. Some of you may too, but like I say, I feel like you need to be really careful. Yeah, you want to make sure somebody, isn't giving other people attention. And that's what you have to watch. Somebody with pride and ego, their pride and ego getting in the way. I feel like you've got someone here who's kind of got this energy of someone who's, people chase them, maybe because they're financially stable. Yeah, so there is somebody here. I'm surprised the King of Swords hasn't come out, because I feel like there's someone kind of looking at this opportunity. Yeah, someone making choices, somebody who's someone here made a bad choice, maybe judged you wrong, maybe even chose somebody else. So it'll be up to you to decide there. People do make mistakes. It could be someone coming in to make things right, but you have to look at that you deserve better. You deserve to feel safe with someone. You deserve commitment if someone won't commit. Yeah. Because it's what it looks like here too. But it looks like there's a person here who's kind of used to being chased, used to getting things they want. They're quite charming, attractive too, I feel. But it's an energy often of somebody here who isn't over something. So I do see some sort of rebound energy, because that's that setting someone free, sending them off on their own to come back when they're ready, when they've let go of the baggage. Yeah, but it's an energy of someone being accountable, reliable. So, yeah, because look at that. See, it's an energy of choosing the one. Some of you are going to have to make a choice in the future here, because it does look like someone's going to try to come back around. Just really worry about manipulation. Eight of Swords, someone who keeps doing the same thing again, over and over. Yeah, see, chaos, conflict, drama. There's always competition. So that it's just somebody who creates drama. They just keep doing the same thing. Yeah, but I do see someone taking action here. So it almost looks like some of you've got a couple things going on, a couple people coming around that you've dealt with. One of them I actually feel isn't too bad. I feel it's mostly it's a person. It's sort of like that boomerang effect, like I was saying, rebound. Somebody who wasn't over something, but they are now. Yeah, because there is a spark and an attraction here. The passion, see, the fire's ignited. But yeah, so it is someone who's releasing things that no longer serve, also loving themselves, knowing their worth and value. So it is somebody who's going through some kind of healing here. I feel some of you, the healing some of these people are going through is mostly about past relationships, being taken advantage of, possibly themselves. But you want to watch about somebody who tries to take advantage of your own generosity. That's what I feel, because I feel somebody did. You made them comfortable, maybe invited them to your home, did nice things for them, whatever. That's the kind of stuff you want to look at. But yeah, I mean, because you've got these duplicate cards, so it tells me you've got a type here. Yeah, but I feel, like I say, knowing your worth and value. Yeah, you got someone who speaks truth. So this is somebody here who comes into it speaking truth. So what I feel now for some of you is that it's a person who tells you who they are right away. They feel responsible for their own relationship not working out. They take responsibility for their own actions. They probably were being stubborn, not wanting to cooperate or compromise. Could have been somebody focused more on work or their money, not giving their partner attention. It could be all kinds of things. I don't see anybody being unfaithful, but it's also somebody who may have had something on and off and they didn't want to commit to someone until they finally learned and realized that this person wasn't right for them. So someone here is speaking truth, and then you've got someone here who may love bomb you, but I'm seeing 2 aces of cups. So there's 2 people here with feelings and emotions. Now, if this is somebody who keeps coming back around, and it is just one person going through this twice, making sure there's that truth. Yeah, see, somebody here is definitely healed, pinned down by their thoughts, not taking action till they're healed. So somebody here is definitely taking a break. So now something is truly over. Someone's ego may have taken a hit, or their pride got in the way, the death of the ego. You have a person who's coming in more humble. They are stable. Like I say, both of these people feel like they're stable financially within reason, but like I say, one of them doesn't come in right. They don't really play fair. They manipulate. They like attention. They come in for the fun, the action. So it really could be anyone. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a fire sign, because I'm seeing emotional energy. Maybe a Scorpio, but like I say, I just feel there's so many people watching. It could be anyone. It's really just energy. But I really would be wise and discerning. See, it's about 2 people who speak truth. 2 people who take responsibility for their past relationships or what's gone on between you, okay, and speaking truth. It's all about integrity. Somebody here actually has integrity. They will take responsibility, but I feel like you have somebody else here who will probably blame their other partner, and that's when you know, when they don't take any blame, and they come towards you and tell you that story where they don't take any blame, they just blame their partner. Yeah, they did this, they did that. The person who takes responsibility and admits they felt they were responsible for partly responsible. So that's what I feel it's trying to tell you. So be wise and pay attention to those signs there, because I feel the signs and the signals are cautioning you for one of these people. I feel it's going to be a love bomb person, someone who manipulates. The master manipulator. It's all about how they communicate. It's all about taking responsibility for their own actions, because it always takes 2, right? In a relationship, nobody's perfect. Okay, so it's really not about just little squabbles and things, but a person who, says, I was responsible, partly responsible because I didn't give them enough attention, or I was busy working, or I just wasn't, reliable. And whether it was a marriage, a commitment, or just 2 people who were, looks like there was a committed relationship. But it has to do with, some of you got somebody who is non-committal. They just want to be single. They manipulate till they get what they want. Then once they get what they want, they'll drop you like a hot potato. So they come in, somebody who doesn't have your best interest at heart, and someone does. And don't assume it's the King of Wands, because I'm going to be honest, I've been seeing a real switch with that energy lately. Yeah, somebody unleashing their kindest self. So it's an energy of someone who's being kind and compassionate. So it's telling you to think, okay, before you make a decision here. But yeah, one of these people one of them is going to blame their partner. They have no blame. It's not them. Poor me. Whatever the situation is. That's how you're going to tell. So yeah, it's an energy of letting control. So this is a person who comes in humble. You got one person here who's really full of themselves. They're one of those people who wants you to give to them. They want you to do the work. They want you, fill my cup, give me what I want. Yeah, maybe I'll give you what you want later, That's what I feel where you need to, I think you're going to pick up on it. But it's an energy of letting go of control. So It's also letting go of the outcome, just kind of exploring the connection a little bit till you make a decisive decision. But definitely one of these people, I feel like you've cut the cord, or you're going to. Okay? And you're going to, forgiveness, you're going to leave them in the past. You'll hold on to the nice things that happened, whatever, if there was any. Some of you, there always is usually something, the memories, the sweet memories, and then you're going to just move on. And because you have other options. I mean, I can see Ace of Cups here twice. I can see this energy. See, someone's healing their inner child, or it's just something to do with the past or children, whatever it may be. It's just a Six of Cups energy coming out several times here. For both people, you see, there's two people. So some of you definitely have a type here. Yeah, everything will be revealed. See, somebody here will let you know. They will speak truth. They will let you know who they are. Right off the get-go, they have integrity. So they speak truth. They're honest. So this is someone who will reveal who they are. And there's somebody here who isn't going to reveal who they are. Yeah. No. You got a manipulator here. They're going to love bomb you. But the other person's humble. So, yeah, one of these people is real. Okay? They're real. They show their true self. It's showing you. So everything will be exposed. They'll just tell you who they are. Because you know how when you connect with someone, you talk and about relationships and things. Okay? So that's where I feel. This is somebody here. It's like when you're just about ready to give up and you've cut somebody out and cut the cord and you have this person come in, but your sword's still up. So, yeah. It's normal. It's perfectly normal to feel that way. Just speak your truth. Tell them why. Okay? Yeah, so I do see taking a bit of a breather, just relaxing. Okay, that's the sword too. As soon as I said that, that come out. Just take a deep breath. Yeah, you have somebody here is, like I say, quite an emotional person, but not so much on the outside. They're very macho, very masculine, but on the inside, they're a little more sensitive. So you might want to watch. You know, like I say, it's almost like because this person comes in, then the feminine blames the new person for what someone else did. You see, it kind of, it's like that for all parties involved here, but for different reasons. Yeah, this person's going to go for it. They are action-oriented. They are somebody, when they want something, they go for it, and they aren't a quitter. They don't give up till they at least see things through. So, very nice. So you have someone who's going to go for it. They're going to offer you this cup. They're going to come in right. Yeah, it could be someone who's found out you're single, or they're just curious and interested. There's a spark. I mean, I see the spark, the passion. And I have been seeing a lot of that. Someone who holds a torch for someone. It could be both of these people, because some of you have several. Okay? Or it's yourself holding that torch. So where you finally cut the cord. I feel some of you are going to cut the cord right at the point where, because it's a 9 of Wands and then that one wand, 10 of Wands. When this person comes in, you're going to have this, I feel, this realization and see, because this is somebody comes in humble. They're, I feel, a gentleman. They're very masculine, but yet soft. They have a kind and compassionate, caring side. They'll show you they care. You'll know they care. So, but they'll take responsibility for their own part in a relationship that didn't work out. They aren't going to blame their partner. They're going to take the responsibility for their own actions. So that's what I like so much about this person with integrity. Nobody's perfect. People make mistakes. I mean, it depends what it is. But with the Queen of Swords, you'll judge for yourself. You'll decide. Yeah. See, while you're waiting for this other person, this is what's coming in. And that's why I feel some of you are going to be like, once you have this lovely person, this other person, it's like, okay, yeah, they really weren't right for me, because this is so much better. See, change for the better. Beautiful. Some of you are going to go through a lot of growth while you're waiting for this person that's hurt you, that, like I say, I don't know what happened, but like I say, they refused to budge and give in. They were being stubborn. Yeah, I feel it's yourself. And I actually feel you've got a masculine here who has also cut the cord from someone in the past. Again, they're, forgiving that person, forgiving themselves. Oh, I like this, the new person that's coming in. So this is not what I expected to see in this reading. I actually expected to see a massive amount of healing, and I know a lot of people are hurting are going to watch this. And I feel the main thing for those of you where you've just went through something, you know, I don't know how devastating it is or what happened, but just know when you cut that cord and you release a situation that doesn't serve and you give yourself time to heal, take a little break, a breather, just focus on you, your home, your money, whatever it is that interests you. There's things that you're going to kind of learn about yourself in this situation, okay? But yeah, it's an energy of waiting for the one, just focusing on things that are important to you and wait for the right person. But I feel the discovery here is going to be things you discover about yourself, but is that when the right person comes in, you're going to know, because they're going to show you they care. They'll come in speaking truth. And that's what I want you to see. And don't forget that part where as soon as you hear somebody only blame their partner, it's always their partner, it had nothing to do with them. That's when you want to kind of be a little cautious and start asking some questions, okay? Take care. Bye for now.